So there are a couple things we do to get the car ready for race day, so let me walk you through a couple of them. First off is we put on the race rims and tires, which I already have on here. These are some N-key RPFs with 8-inch width and 35 offset. For me, I try to fit the widest setup I could fit on the car to get as much traction, and we're using the Davanti Protura race tire, which is a 200 treadway with a 255 40 17 all around. Right, the wheels also were just refinished in white by Javed, so they look really nice, and these tires really provide a lot of grip for me, and I've been using it since January this year, and I'm finally starting to find the best setup for myself, where I learned what tire pressures to use front to back to get the car to react how I want it to react. Next up would be the coilovers. And I'm running the Maxpeedingrods T7 coilovers. So that's now I can adjust the stiffness of the setup, as for me I run 22 out of 24 in the front and 20 in the rear. That seemed to be working best for me with the camber and setup that we have, and it worked for me. So outside of that, we make sure that the met bottle is filled up. That's it. So let's head up the race.
and to the right we have only fruits. This is a battle of great skill and the ability to keep calm under pressure.
So that's pretty much it there. The car worked really well. I was glad I get to race against the RS. I mean, that's a car I would love to have, and being able to race against one was really cool. So now I just know I have to go back to the drawing board and change a couple stuff to try and be more competitive with him. So we'll see what happens next event and what I changed to help me get to beat this Yaris. So until next time, thanks. What I also wanted to mention is that this was the first time running the race tires from Davanti in the rain, and it held its own. I was very confident going into corners, running through the gears, everything, and being night and rain and tires being cold, it held its own. So I can't wait for more experiences using these tires and getting it out there. Yeah.